Hey guys, it's Selena. Since my new album with Benny, I Said I Love You First, is about our past, present, and future, I thought it would be fun to give away some rare memories I've kept over the years every day until our album comes out. You're stuck with me for so long and with this album that we wanted to do something special. Stay tuned for updates. My day one fans will know where to look. And I can't wait to see your reaction to all of the special surprises. It's like Christmas came early this year. So what's on the to-do list?
The foundation casting.
Okay.
And then something about calling a clone. We can, I don't know, we could ignore that. Okay. And rare employee meeting.
Oh, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, and I'm missing my big blush. Can you grab that? It's hard to miss. Is this Sephora? Do you guys happen to have the new Rare Beauty Matte Foundation? Oh, you do? Good, okay. Okay, well, I'm coming. Don't let anybody take too many.
It was reported that a wave of unexpected tension had taken over social media, just as Selena Gomez released her newest album, a moment that many had assumed would be filled with celebration, but instead turned into a surprising clash of opinions, as fans who had once been united in admiration began expressing doubts, with several users allegedly posting that her voice no longer sounded the same, while others insisted that something about her overall presence felt unfamiliar. And as those reactions spread rapidly across platforms like Twitter, the conversation appeared to shift from casual critique into something far more intense, with one particularly shocking claim gaining traction as people were said to be suggesting that the person seen and heard was not truly Selena at all, but rather a replacement. A theory that quickly caught fire and pulled more fans into the discussion, as reactions multiplied and timelines filled with speculation that seemed to grow more dramatic with each passing hour, and it was described that some supporters attempted to push back against the negativity, arguing that artists naturally evolve over time and that any perceived difference could be attributed to growth, experimentation, or even changes in recording style. Yet despite those defenses, others reportedly doubled down, dissecting clips, comparing past performances to recent ones, and sharing side-by-side images in an effort to support the growing narrative. And as the debate intensified, observers noted that the situation began to feel less like a typical fan disagreement and more like a digital storm spiraling out of control, with people on both sides becoming increasingly vocal. And it was said that the phrase, "This is not her," began trending in certain circles, amplifying the controversy even further. And as more posts circulated, the idea that a lookalike had taken her place was repeated so often that it started to blur the line between rumor and belief for some viewers, creating an atmosphere where speculation thrived unchecked. And amid this rising chaos, Selena's team was reported to have remained completely silent, offering no immediate clarification or response, a decision that many believed only added fuel to the fire, as the lack of official statements left space for theories to expand, and people began interpreting the silence in their own ways, with some suggesting it was a strategic move while others viewed it as suspicious. And during this time, paparazzi photos reportedly surfaced, capturing recent appearances that were quickly analyzed by fans who claimed to notice subtle differences in her features, leading to further claims about cosmetic changes or even more extreme possibilities. And as those images spread across social media, they were accompanied by captions questioning authenticity, sparking threads filled with detailed breakdowns that attempted to prove or disprove the ongoing rumors. And it was described that the internet seemed to divide itself into factions, with one group firmly defending Selena and urging others to respect her artistry, while another group continued to explore the conspiracy, sharing posts that gained thousands of likes and comments. And as the conversation continued to escalate, it reportedly reached a point where even casual observers were drawn in, curious about the intensity of the reactions and the persistence of the claims. And it was noted that some longtime fans expressed disappointment not in the music but in the behavior within the community, questioning whether the fanbase had always carried such a harsh edge or if the current environment of constant online scrutiny had amplified those tendencies. And as discussions unfolded, a deeper layer of speculation emerged, with some individuals suggesting that the pressures of fame might have led to drastic measures behind the scenes, including the creation of a public persona meant to shield the real artist from overwhelming attention, an idea that, while lacking evidence, continued to circulate widely. And as more voices joined the debate, the narrative became increasingly complex, blending genuine concern, creative interpretation, and outright conspiracy into a single ongoing storyline that refused to fade. And right when the conversation seemed to reach its peak, viewers were briefly reminded to stay tuned and subscribe for more updates. A quick note that appeared amid the unfolding drama before attention returned to the central topic, and it was said that Selena's social media accounts remained unusually quiet throughout the situation, with no posts addressing the controversy directly, a silence that many interpreted as intentional, prompting further speculation about whether a response would eventually come or if the strategy was to let the storm pass on its own. And as days went by, fans reportedly continued to revisit older content, comparing past interviews, performances, and appearances to recent material in an attempt to find definitive answers, though none were conclusively established. And despite the lack of confirmation, the theory persisted, fueled by repeated sharing and ongoing discussion. And it was observed that even those who initially dismissed the claims found themselves drawn back into the conversation due to its sheer visibility and the constant influx of new posts. And as the online discourse expanded, it began to reflect broader questions about celebrity culture, authenticity, and the role of fan communities in shaping public narratives. Though those reflections were often overshadowed by the louder, more sensational claims dominating the conversation, and as the situation continued to unfold, another brief reminder encouraged viewers to subscribe for the latest developments, appearing just before a shift back into the heart of the unfolding story. And it was described that some industry watchers speculated that the controversy, while intense, might ultimately have little impact on Selena's career, noting that public attention often moves quickly and that controversies can fade as new topics emerge. Yet others argued that the nature of this particular debate, rooted in identity and authenticity, gave it a unique staying power that could influence how fans perceive future releases. And as discussions carried on, it became clear that the divide within the fan base was not easily resolved, with each side firmly holding its position. And while some called for unity and a return to supporting the artist, others remained committed to investigating what they believed to be inconsistencies. And as more commentary poured in, it was reported that the situation had evolved beyond a single album release into a broader conversation about trust between celebrities and their audiences, a dynamic that can shift rapidly in the age of social media. And as the narrative continued to develop, many were left wondering whether Selena would eventually address the rumors directly, potentially putting an end to the speculation, or whether the silence would persist, allowing the debate to gradually lose momentum over time. And as anticipation grew, the atmosphere remained charged with curiosity and uncertainty, with every new post or image analyzed for clues. And it was noted that despite the intensity of the discourse, there were still fans who chose to focus solely on the music, expressing appreciation for the album, and urging others to do the same, though their voices were sometimes overshadowed by the louder arguments taking place. And as the days turned into weeks, the conversation showed no immediate signs of disappearing, instead continuing to evolve as new interpretations and theories emerged. And just before closing, one final prompt briefly encouraged viewers to subscribe for continued coverage, a subtle reminder placed at a moment of heightened curiosity, and it was ultimately conveyed that the situation remained unresolved, with no definitive answers provided and no official statements confirming or denying the claims, leaving the story open-ended and the audience still searching for clarity. As the online world continued to buzz with opinions, reactions, and ongoing debate about what had truly happened, and whether the controversy would eventually settle or remain a lingering chapter in the ever-changing landscape of celebrity culture.